So the collection page has gotten a lot of work done to it. You get a pretty straightforward screen. It says your card collection. You can see that the card does something when you hover over it, which we'll get to in a minute. You can add cards directly from here. So you can just like search for a card. So we'll just do like Voltaic key. It will show you all the different versions of that card. Now, for collections, we took a different approach here, where each card version is actually its own separate line item. So you'll see here that like there are Magic 2011 number 219, but then there's also Magic 2011 219 foil. There's also a set filter here, because Voltaic Key may not be the best example, but like Soul Ring would be, where we have, I don't know, hundreds of printings now, or hundreds of sets in this case that Soul Ring appears in. So if you know the set that your Soul Ring is in, you could quickly go to it, find it here, and then add the printing to your collection manually that way. There's also an import feature. There's a lot more to come here. Universal upload is pretty cool. It supports most any format that you can throw at it. There is text input as well, so you can paste lists into here. Additionally, so we're working on camera scanning. The plan with that is you can obviously use your computer camera if you want, which is kind of clunky, but also being able to like connect a camera to your computer, to connect a phone to your computer wirelessly, and use it that way. Like there's a lot of different ways that you can use a camera these days, and scan things with it. So we have plans to get that also much more sorted out. For the cards themselves, there's a ton of columns that you can choose to show or hide, um, like a lot. um, and as we add more things, I'm sure there might be more that we add. But the columns here do give a lot of different options of things that you can see related to each individual card. There was some feedback to have reserve lists very visible, to have promo very visible, so we made sure and did that. But you have, all the basic stuff, right? At a glance. There's also the price for each card. All of these are also sortable, so you can sort by any of the columns that exist here. The other cool thing, I used to use Echo MTG quite a bit, and I was a big fan of tracking the price that I paid for things. So that feature we have added. And I'll take one of my favorite cards of all time, Sliver Queen here, for example. I know at one point I paid 110 for that. So I can add that there, and it'll give me a gain percentage or loss if I lost money on the card. I can also set the date that I acquired cards. Let me show you the last thing that I'm pretty stoked on here. If you hover over where it says card and you click, it'll actually switch to your sealed collection. And this gives you the ability to track sealed product that you maybe have in your collection that you're holding on to, for any specific reason. So you can click add sealed product. When you click that, it's going to ask you first to select which set your sealed product is from
I
collection
would
here.
love to know each of the 5 commander precons from Ikoria.
Okay, so Timeless Wisdom, we'll choose that one. We can choose the number of sealed product that we have of this, but then it also is pulling the market price for that sealed product. We can also add the price we paid for it. We'll just say 30, and then we'll hit add. Cool. So there we go. So we have the sealed product added, the set that it's from, the market price currently sitting at 69.98, and then it has the price that we paid. If you're interested in managing your Magic collection as an investment, this would be a pretty great feature to use, to be able to manage that kind of stuff.
Is there a way to search for a card and add it directly to this collection?
There's a few ways. If you're building a deck, there's you can add cards from decks directly into the collection. We could right click on the card, hit add to collection. We can also access the add to collection from the modal here if we clicked on the card itself.
Last week, we announced that we did do an open URL for the site. So now anybody can join. So spread the word. it's constant-list.com, or if you need some sort of mnemonic device to remember that, constantkarate.com. Visit our Patreon. Lowest tier is only $2, so it's quite economical and quite easy to support us.